So interesting to have two Democrats within the last couple of weeks on the Seattle City Council speaking out in opposition to what the mayor has been saying.
I do find it gravely concerning when any major employer picks up its crayons and heads to another play box and takes jobs with it.
Welcome back to the channel. Now we're talking about Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson out there doing the most, putting her city in a really bad spot. But it looks like even her own party is tapping her on the shoulder and criticizing her. Democrat after Democrat on Seattle City Council is breaking ranks publicly, and the receipts are piling up. Let's get into it.
Seattle City Councilman Saka told my colleague, Seattle reporter Randy Diamond, Tuesday he is concerned. He's concerned about the recent comments from Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson, even though he is also a Democrat, perhaps not as left-leaning as the socialist mayor is. Very concerned about the comments she made.
I personally disagree with, the approach that I think we all saw clips of.
What a day for our city, and I could not be prouder to stand here with Starbucks baristas in solidarity today. I'm asking everyone who believes in fairness, dignity, and workers' rights to stand with us on this picket line. While baristas are on strike, the baristas have shared that the best way to show our support is not to buy Starbucks in solidarity.
I think the claims that millionaires are going to leave our state are like super overblown, and if the ones that leave, like, bye.
This is a Democrat councilman, Saka, talking about another Democrat. He is not on Fox News. He is not some conservative. He is sitting on the same city council as her in the same party. And he's going on record saying that he disagrees with her approach. He talked about all the clips that he saw, meaning that viral moment where she laughed and waved goodbye to the fleeing millionaires. Even her own allies watch that clip and cringe. When your own team is distancing themselves on camera, that is not a good look. That's a big problem.
I am personally concerned that Starbucks is leaving, and what that means for our city's economic vitality, jobs, potential job growth or lack thereof.
Now, you guys already know this, but for those who may not know, Starbucks isn't just a regular coffee shop. It's one of the biggest employers in Seattle. We're talking about thousands of corporate jobs, and they're moving a lot of those operations to Nashville. 250 more employees got cut just last week. Saka represents a district where most of the Starbucks headquarters sits. So those are his constituents' jobs are walking out the door. And the mayor's response is talking about, well, bye. Nobody with working people in their district can co-sign that. The economic strength of that entire region is on the line, and the mayor is out here doing a lot of nonsense. Speaking of things that built to last, unlike Seattle's business climate, let me talk to you real quick about today's sponsor. This is the chair I've been sitting on for years. Cat scratches at the top of it, leather peeling off the seat. This thing have seen better days. FlexiSpot sent me the C7 Morpher. And listen, I sit for a living, editing, scripting, recording. My back was not happy with that old chair. But things have changed. First thing I've noticed, this backrest actually gets your upper back. Most chairs just don't go there. This one wraps around you and tilts forward if you need it. That's called a FlexLean system, and I have not seen this anywhere else. And then this, the lumbar inflates like a massage chair, except it stays on your lower back all day. You pump it until your back feels held in place. This is a complete game changer for me. Headrest tilts 135 degrees. Set it once and forget it. 5-direction armrest, and they lean back with you when you recline. Your arms are supported no matter what position you're in. Sitting down to work actually feels good now. Hours in and my back feels fine. That is awesome. Brand day sale is live, up to 65% off. Code C730 saves you an extra $30. Link will be in the description and the pinned comment below. Pick up a chair today. Your back is going to thank you.
He said he does believe the better approach at this point would be working with the business community and folks that have been raising some of these concerns about the mounting tax and regulation burdens that are driving people out.
I think we should work hard to not dismiss or trivialize the concerns of others, especially during a period of economic uncertainty and rapid change that we're experiencing now. So Yeah, I think we're really at our best as a city when we bring people together, when we work to solve hard problems collaboratively and build a city where businesses, workers, families, and communities can all thrive and all have a say in the conversation.
You could read between the lines on this one. Saka is too polished to call her out by name. He doesn't have to. Don't dismiss or trivialize. That is a direct response to a mayor who literally laughed on camera when asked about people leaving. He's essentially writing the headline for all of us. During the period of economic uncertainty, your mayor's public response is bye. That's a really terrible, terrible move. It's not leadership, it's performance. And very similar to the situation now in New York City, where Democrats are now have to clean up the mess that she left because the optics are that bad.
I do find it gravely concerning when any major employer picks up its crayons and heads to another play box and takes jobs with it.
Pick up its crayons and head to another play box. This dude said that with his whole chest, and he's completely right. This is not some abstract policy debate anymore. This is jobs, tax revenue, small businesses that depend on foot traffic from Starbucks employees, workers in West Seattle who commute to this region. So when a major anchor employer leaves, the ripple effects hit the regular people the hardest. Not the mayor, not the council, the people who voted for change and got a wave goodbye instead.
So interesting to have two Democrats within the last couple of weeks on the Seattle City Council speaking out in opposition to what the mayor has been saying. It was just a couple of weeks ago, I had an opportunity to also interview Seattle City Councilman Bob Kettle, also a Democrat, but he shared very similar concerns publicly with me, saying, kind of breaking ranks really with the mayor. They don't want to throw her under the bus per se, but they're very concerned about some of the comments that she has made and her waving goodbye to those who would, flee the city or flee the state to escape the tax burden and the pending income tax if it's upheld in the courts and voters don't repeal it with the initiative that may qualify for the ballot this year.
And there it is, straight from the reporter on the ground. This is not just one disgruntled council member going rogue. This is a pattern. Two Democrats in the last 2 weeks, both going on record, both being careful not to attack her personally, but both making it clear that they don't agree with Katie Wilson. So this looks like a fracture. When your own party doing interviews to distance themselves from your rhetoric less than 6 months into your term, the honeymoon is over and they have some problems with the way you're running things. They don't want to throw her under the bus, but they're doing press about it anyway. So that's a tell. When politicians go on camera to say they're not attacking someone, but they spend the entire interview explaining everything wrong with what the person did, that is throwing them under the bus. Just with the seatbelt on. 2 council members, 2 interviews, same message. The pattern speaks for itself, and no amount of I don't want to attack her personally changes what actually is happening here. The party is fracturing in real time. And while the mayor is waving goodbye to businesses, her residents are dodging bullets, literally.
Another conflict divides North Seattle's Greenwood neighborhood.
It's either this or bullets in my neighbors' houses.
Not gunfire, but how far residents are going to stop it.
Our neighbors put these up in self-defense.
Makeshift barricades now block 3 streets off Aurora Avenue, and they're building frustration.
We celebrate when there's not a shooting.
Until that evil is taken care of, we got to deal with this.
As neighbors push the city to stop the violence, their homegrown roadblocks could find themselves at the top of the city's to-do list and be removed.
These are regular people, homeowners, neighbors, and they got into a point where a normal, uneventful night is something worth celebrating. That's not living, that's surviving. And this is happening in North Seattle's Greenwood neighborhood. 8 shootings in roughly a month within 10 blocks of people's homes. So what did the city do? Nothing. And what the residents do? They built their own barricades out of dirt, gravel, and concrete chunks and logs because they ran out of options. This is what happens when leadership fails so completely that people start to do their own thing. They start handling public safety themselves. And the mayor is out here saying goodbye to millionaires while her constituents are out here waving goodbye to feeling safe in their own neighborhood. Same city, same failure, just a different zip code. So here's the bottom line here. Katie Wilson ran on a socialist platform and won, and immediately started governing like the tax base was optional. So this is not a big surprise to anyone, or at least not to the people who follow this type of thing. But the problem is Starbucks is gone, high income earners are leaving, the state just passed the 9.9 millionaires tax, and her response to it all is just to laugh and wave. Now the Washington Post called her arrogant. The New York Times is quoting her own council members saying that they are gravely concerned. And now you have two Democrats that gone on record in separate interviews pushing back on her approach. That's her own team telling her that she's wrong. So we'll continue to follow what's going on in this situation. Who knows what's going to happen? I think she's going to have to start steering into the middle of this far left approach. I think it doesn't work. It's not going to make any sense, but you know what? It may get worse. Who knows? We'll continue to follow this story. Thank you for taking time to watch this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.